Guys, today is a great day because A, I'm sitting down. B, like how I gave you a number 2 though. B2, I am wearing my sweat clothes. And 3C, I get to indulge in all of my pregnancy cravings all over again. Best day. You guys have been requesting for me to do a sort of revisiting of my pregnancy cravings with Connor, so I thought it'd be really fun to sit down, kind of taste test them again, see if I still really like them. And then I also wanted to talk about some of the foods that I've been really enjoying right now whilst nursing Connor. I don't know if you want to call them cravings because it's not like a pregnancy craving, but there are certain foods and things that I have been really craving, my body's been really craving, and so I kind of want to talk about those as well. Like, I'm a very craving forward human. I get locked into a particular type of food that I really like, and then that's all I want to eat. But regardless, I am very excited. I think this is gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time testing out some foods. I hope that you have some foods too that you have been craving. Let me know the food that you're eating in the comments. Don't lie to me and tell me you're not eating something. Everyone snacks whilst watching YouTube, right? My go-to is Cheetos, if you must know. But I think Chris will be here soon too, so he can like taste test and stuff too. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And I thought perhaps what we could start with is breakfast. And for breakfast, I mean, there were really 2 big cravings that I had. Number 1 was scrambled eggs, which is pretty straightforward and consistent, although I have a very particular way in which I like to make said scrambled eggs, which is like a soft scramble. It's really good. But the one breakfast that perhaps isn't, the most common would be my shredded wheat concoction. So I'm going to grab, I have pre-put it together over here. And this was a really common one for me in the first trimester because there were very few foods that I could really stomach. I got more sick with Connor than I feel like in my other pregnancies. And basically what I would do, first of all, warm up some milk, like a cat. Cats like warm milk, right? I don't actually know, I've never owned one. Microwave in a bowl of milk, don't mind me. Voila, is that hot? Ooh, yes it is, excellent. And then I would take shredded wheat, or I think the other ones are like muffets, but like it's essentially the same thing. It is shredded wheat. So it looks like this little guy. Put that in, and then I would top it with peach jam. Not any type of jam, it had to be peach. Plop it right on top, just kind of like mix it in with the milk. This is looking less appetizing now than it did when I was pregnant. Actually, it's kind of funny. Julia actually once in a while will request this for breakfast. So, hooked someone on it. Okay, here we go. You know what? I stand by this. This is such a good, comforting meal that is a great way to start, especially like a cold, winter morning. It's cold in the house, you have like a big blanket on, you shuffle into the kitchen. That's how I get up in the morning. Ooh, you know what? We should see if Chris wants to have some. I feel like he absolutely does. Chris, do I have the treat for you? Yeah.
It looks so appetizing.
It's so good. I stand by this. No, it's good.
Texturally, it's bad. It's just sludgy.
No, it's not. It's much colder now than when it first came out of the microwave.
No, I get that. I've had it at its best, and even then, it's kind of... Peach jam is delicious.
I'm making my pregnancy cravings.
That was a big one. Are you doing the mushroom soup pasta?
So good! And I wasn't the only one. Other people have it too. I felt like I was alone in the world, and I was the only one that did that, but apparently that's like a super common thing.
I'm sorry to hear that, guys.
No, it's so good. Get out of here. And by get out of here, I mean, can you help me make these? All right. Pasta is on for the mushroom soup pasta. And while we do that, let's do, this is another big one for me, was salmon on crackers. But again, I had a very specific recipe, if you will. And what I would do is I would take my salmon, then we would add in some mayo, and then I would add in a bunch of dill, and obviously if you have fresh dill that's even better, but dill and salmon are such a good combination, so add a bunch of that. Boop, 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 boop. That's a lot of dill, I don't care. Then we gotta do some salt and pepper, obviously. Lots of pepper, of course. Nice little zip of salt. And then, of course, gotta add in a lot of pickles, a lot of pickles. Basically, I'm having some salmon with my pickles. I don't know, something about salmon and tuna that was just so much more palatable to me than chicken or beef, especially early on in pregnancy. So I would have a lot of this. Tuna melts, salmon melts, salmon with lots of pickles, and on crackers, which is what we're going to talk about today. And my favorite crackers for this were the Breton ones. So this is the Breton multigrain ones, but any of the Breton ones would do. You can see I also really like crackers now and eat them a lot. In fact, I eat them so much that for Mother's Day, when Julia had like a little survey thing that she filled out of like what her mom's favorite food is, she put crackers. Because I eat them all the time. So basically, cracker, plop on a bunch of salmon, pickles, and then eat. Needs more pepper. It's really good. Very pickly. I think I would probably cut back on the pickles a little right now, but like it's really good. I love it. Okay, and good timing. The mushroom soup pasta is now done. So all I do is I add in a little bit of the condensed mushroom soup and then some milk and some pasta. This recipe is basically everything that I ate for the first like 2 months of pregnancy. This right here. It's got some nice creaminess to it. It's mild enough that it doesn't like upset my stomach. I mean, I add pepper for, you know, a little pizzazz. By a little, I mean a lot. This is just straight comfort food for me. And I feel like in the first trimester, like that's all you want. You want something that's gonna be comforting, just gonna be very calming, and it's gonna fill you up. Man, I forgot how much I really like this. Chris, are you sure you don't want any?
Thank you, no.
Now let's break up the savory a little bit and let's go into something sweet. And this is something that was a favorite of mine in the 3rd trimester. I went like really hard into this one particular category of sweet foods. Surprisingly, it wasn't cookies. I did not crave cookies at all my entire pregnancy. And by the way, I did go straight back to it, which we'll get to in a minute, after pregnancy. But while Connor was in my belly, I wanted everything to do with chocolate and mint, specifically in the form of Junior Mints and York peppermint patties. And just like this combination of mint and chocolate, just been really enjoying. And I've been eating it like a ton, probably more than cookies. Yeah, I know. I'm as blown away as all of you. And again, this is just one of those things that once Connor was born, I didn't go out and purchase more of these. So I'm kind of excited right now. Oh wow. This like brings me back. And like sometimes when I would eat these, I'd have like 2 of them and then I have some Flamin' Hot Cheetos and I'd like go back and forth. The bite of the peppermint with the sweet of the chocolate and then the spiciness of the Cheetos just made perfect sense in my pregnant brain. Let's go into Junior Mints too. Try and see which one I like better.
I'll have a Junior Mint.
You want a Junior Mint? Ready?
Like I said, a Junior Mint, but really I want like a handful.
I think I like the York peppermint patties more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not gonna turn down a Junior Mint.
No, they're tasty.
They're so good. I think I switched back and forth between the 2 of them in late pregnancy.
I think the chocolate's better.
Yeah, this is more like a candy coating almost. Mint and chocolate is more like your thing. And I kind of like took it and I made you buy all of this.
You didn't have to twist my arm.
Speaking of twisting your arm to do something for me, I wanna make some ramen.
Is it a day that ends in Y?
I want like the classic ramen that we'd have, like the soup. Because we don't really do that anymore.
No.
We do the other recipe.
I do that sometimes. But
Yeah?
you don't have
No, I don't have it as much anymore. I'm just gonna sit here and eat some Junior Mints. I'm gonna say it again, this is the best day. All right, so we have the chicken stock here.
It's like a bit of ginger powder, onion powder, garlic powder. This is actually a peri-peri spice blend. I don't know, it's just good chili flakes.
Egg number 1, dry noodles. And they took the eggs out. Ta-da! Now we have ramen. Racha, do you want some?
Thank you. Haven't shared a chair with you.
I know, I was just gonna say. Hey, what's that? Oh, look it, we match.
Nice.
Wow. Brings me back.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good. Cheers.
Soup is the only thing that's good about the weather turning cold again. That's
Strongly
it.
agree.
The soup.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't want it. We eat it a little bit differently now than before. Ever since we did a whole video and we tested out, what was it? It was 1 pan recipes from Tasty, right?
Yep.
And Alvin did this one that was ramen with like cheese and chicken all done in a pan, but it wasn't in a soup form. Is it every day that we've been eating that or every other day?
4+ times a week.
I'm trying to think of like which one I like prefer. I think I prefer Alvin's right now, but this is still very delicious and brings me back to literally every day pregnant with Connor. Because you eat so much when you're nursing, like so much food all the time.
Me too.
This is delicious though. Thank you for making this. Are you gonna try some of my next craving? It's popcorn. It's really good. I'll make it and you can decide.
All right.
So popcorn was a favorite. So there are 2 different popcorn recipes that were a favorite of mine. One was actually one of your guys's like weird pregnancy cravings, and I tested out a whole bunch in a video, and it is hands down one of my favorite popcorn recipes. So I was so excited that you guys told me about it. So we start with butter because butter belongs with popcorn. They are one. Regardless of whatever recipe you're doing, it needs to have some butter on it. By some, I mean a lot. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Okay, we're just gonna put it all on, that's fine. Now the recipe that I came up with that I decided was very delicious was a combination of popcorn with butter, also salt, but we'll get to that. And then I would toss in a couple of goldfish crackers. Usually the extreme cheddar, but I have these like big bag ones from Costco. So we're gonna go with that. Sprinkle some of those in for a little cheddary goodness, you know? And then if I was feeling the whole like sweet and salty thing, I'd even take some chocolate chips and just sprinkle right in. Like my own little pregnant trail mix. Get a little salt in there that it doesn't need. What you making over there, Christopher?
I'm making myself some cookies.
Can I have some cookies? Delicious cookies. One of my favorite recipes right now. We'll get to that one, hold on. And then this one right here, the one that you guys were talking about, is a combination of the butter, obviously, and some sriracha, and then some black pepper. And it is so good. I was mad at myself that I hadn't made that before. Mix those 2 together. Oh, this is the best. Okay. Let's taste test. See which one I'm like vibing more with right now. Okay. Chocolate chips a bit much, pregnant Rachel. Like I'm not mad at it because it is chocolate chips. It's a little overkill. And then the sriracha one. It's so good. It's so good. Like I just want to sit here and eat this one right here. We actually like completely went through our entire container of popcorn kernels just in the last like maybe 2 months of pregnancy. You want to try some popcorn?
Yeah, let me get in there.
Get some popcorn.
No, thank you.
Oh.
That's nonsense.
No, it's not. It's like cheddar popcorn.
No, this is good. I'm taking it.
I mean, it is good. I won't blame you. I'm not this either. It's also really good. And while I sit here, nosh on popcorn, I do want to also talk about the foods that I've been craving now whilst nursing. Because there have been some specific foods that I've been really enjoying, which surprised me actually. The first one is one that I actually started when I was pregnant with Julia, and that actually, I mean, it started before that. It was a food that I had every morning for breakfast, and it was a recipe that my mom made, and I actually talked about it in my sort of like day in the life of with a newborn video, and it is a raspberry cream muffin. And these are the muffins that I would have in the middle of the night when I got up to nurse, and it's something that I kind of just continued on doing for all of my pregnancies. I like to have these in the middle of the night as sort of, I don't know, reward for being up all the time. I don't know. I get hungry, okay? And somehow I feel better about having a muffin than I do about having a cookie. Don't ask me why, because they both have chocolate chips. Anyway, because I'm not getting up as often in the night with Connor, I've eaten mine all and I haven't remade any. But you guys can go, I'll link the video and the recipe, and I've gotten actually so many of you guys had made them and tagged me on Instagram. I could not believe it. And it's just, it makes me so happy that you guys love the same types of foods as me, and we have the same palate, you know? So I feel like the foods that I'm gonna talk about are ones that we're all gonna be on board for. And you just have to trust me, okay? They're really good. Because the next one kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to like this one at all. And it is a green, it's a green juice. And I say that laughing because it's sort of like a green juice smoothie type thing. And that's just not me. I don't like smoothies. I don't like green juices. I don't like the consistency of them. I've always been the person that would rather eat the vegetables than like blend them up and drink them. This recipe was something that my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law actually made, and they brought me some to the hospital when I was stuck there with Connor for a while, living off of chocolate chip muffins. And I was like, ugh, like I don't I don't want this, but I'm gonna drink it to be A, polite, and B, because I probably should, because again, only been eating chocolate chip muffins. And so I had some, and it was so good. No weird consistency. The flavor was like on point, not too sweet, not too vegetable-y. Like it was that perfect amount. It had a little bit of tang with the lemon, and it was just incredible. So much so, we actually went out and bought a friggin', what is that thing called? The Vitamix? I bought one because I love it so much. And I have been having one of those and making it every single day since we got it. I actually posted a video on Instagram showing you guys how I make that smoothie. So you can go and check that out. It has the full recipe and everything on there. And I want to do more of those on Instagram, like do more just recipes that we do all the time, whether it's dinner or breakfast or like smoothies, cookies, you know. But yeah, if you try that recipe, please tag me and tell me what you think, okay? Because I think you will really like it. It's very good. I had some this morning. My kids drink it. Chris drinks it. Everyone I know that has tried this enjoys it. And of course, could any craving video be complete if I didn't also include cookies? And these aren't just any kind of cookies, no. These are reverse chocolate chip cookies, and they are my favorite right now. They are a chocolate base, and then they have white chocolate chips inside, and this recipe is so good. It makes such a nice, like, soft cookie, and it's just like nice to switch it up every once in a while from the original, which is also delicious and obviously my go-to. But maybe I'll do this recipe on like Instagram and I'll show you guys how I make this recipe, because I've been getting a bunch of requests from you guys, and like rightfully so. These are amazing. And what a way to end up a video, you know, just eating some cookies, hanging out with you guys. These are amazing. Yeah, no, definitely need to do a recipe video on this. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're eating right now, or what the last thing was that you ate. Inquiring minds need to know. And check out these videos on the side in case you've missed any or missed my last like cravings videos. You can go and check those out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.